Welcome to Faith in Action Friday. I'm Pastor Gladys Tiribe, and I'm so glad you've joined me today. Every Friday, we learn how to put our faith into practice because Christianity is not just something we believe, it's a life we live. Today's question is one many believers wrestle with. What do I do when I've prayed, trusted God, and obeyed Him, yet nothing seems to be happening? Have you ever felt like God was taking too long? Maybe you've prayed for a job. Maybe you've been trusting God for marriage. Perhaps you believe in Him for healing, restoration, or the fulfillment of a promise. Days turned into weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. And I begin to wonder, Lord, where are you? If you've ever felt that way, you are not alone. The Bible is filled with men and women who experienced seasons of waiting. Abraham waited many years before Isaac was born. Joseph waited through betrayal, slavery, and prison before stepping into his purpose. David was anointed king long before he ever sat on the throne. Even Lazarus remained in the grave for 4 days before Jesus came. Does that mean God had forgotten them? Not at all. God's delays are never His absence. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11 says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Notice those last 3 words. In its time. Not in my time. Not in your time. In His time. One of the hardest lessons of faith is learning that God's timing is just as important as God's promises. Sometimes we become so focused on receiving the promise that we forgot God is also preparing the person who will receive it. Waiting is not wasted when God is at work. Isaiah 40:31 says, But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Waiting on God does not mean doing nothing. It means trusting Him while continuing to obey Him. It means serving faithfully while you wait, praying while you wait, growing while you wait, worshiping while you wait, trusting while you wait. Remember Martha and Mary? When Lazarus became sick, they sent for Jesus immediately. But Jesus didn't come right away. To them, it must have seemed like Jesus was too late. But when He finally arrived, He didn't perform a healing. He performed the resurrection. What looked like a delay became a greater revelation of His power. Glory to God. Could it be that what feels like a delay in your life is actually God preparing something greater than you imagined? Don't allow waiting to weaken your faith. Allow waiting to deepen your trust. This is kingdom truth. God is never late. He's always on time, according to His perfect wisdom. Let this be your takeaway. Don't measure God's faithfulness by the speed of His answers. Measure it by the certainty of His promises. Now reflect on this. What promise have you been waiting for God to fulfill? Instead of asking, why is God delaying? Ask, what is God teaching me while I wait? Trust Him. The God who made the promise is faithful enough to keep it. Thank you for joining me on Faith in Action Friday. If today's teaching has encouraged you, Share it with someone who may be growing weary in the season of waiting. I would also love to hear from you. How has God taught you something valuable while you were waiting on Him? Share your testimony in the comments. Remember, faith is not only trusting God when you receive the promise, faith is trusting Him while you wait for it. Have a blessed weekend. God bless you.